Question 29. But it does look as if Paul really thought Eve was somehow more vulnerable to deception than Adam. Wouldn't this make Paul a culpable chauvinist? No. When someone asks if women are weaker than men or smarter than men or more easily frightened than men or something like that, perhaps the best way to answer is this. Women are weaker in some ways and men are weaker in others. Women are smarter in some ways and men are smarter in others. Women are more easily frightened in some circumstances and men are more easily frightened in others. It is dangerous to put negative values on the so-called weaknesses that each of us has. God intends for all the weaknesses that characteristically belong to the man to call forth and highlight the woman's strengths. And God intends for all the weaknesses that characteristically belong to the woman to call forth and highlight the man's strengths. Even if 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 14 meant that in some circumstances women are characteristically more vulnerable to deception, that would not settle anything about the equality or worth of manhood and womanhood. Boasting in either sex as superior to the other is folly. Men and women, as God created us, are different in hundreds of ways. Being created equally in the image of God means at least this: that when the so-called weakness and strength columns for manhood and for womanhood are added up, the value at the bottom is going to be the same for each. And when you take those two columns and put them on top of each other, God intends them to be the perfect complement to each other.